Hello and welcome to Diary of a Common Man. My name is Salim Lalani, and today, as usual, we have Shai and we have Inara. So, welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
Now, as last week, Shai had a few questions and we answered them, and a lot of people liked this format that somebody should ask questions and I should answer them. So we will make this a regular feature of our campaign. So without further delay, Shai, why don't you shoot your first question for the day?
Sounds good. Um, I wanted to talk about midlasses today. Um, my very first question would be, why are these majlises a secret? Why is nobody supposed to know about them except the members? And then when they don't have the volunteers to like to do all the duties, they ask volunteers who are not in the midlas to do all those other duties. It makes no sense at all if it's supposed to be a secret. So, what is the big secret behind it?
This question is a one sentence question. What is the secret behind this secretive majlis? But the answer is
Hmm.
very long, and I'll try and tell you the story as short as possible.
Okay.
But to understand this, we will have to go to Sultan Muhammad Shah's time.
Hmm.
So we know that Sultan Muhammad Shah transformed the entire Nizari Ismaili system into a commercial enterprise.
Hmm.
And to do that, he constitutionalized the community. He created institutions. He himself became a Western kind of a person and encouraged his murids to become Western in outlook and in thought.
Hmm.
And he started or established a Chandra Majlis to systematically collect the dason,
Hmm.
which was the main source of his income at that time.
Okay.
Okay. Of course, there was Dua Karavi and this and that,
Hmm.
but the sound was the main source. But it was not regularized or systemized.
Hmm.
So he created a majlis, and on that day, everybody is supposed to bring their dason, 12.5%.
Hmm.
Now, that made a massive difference to his coffers.
Hmm.
Then he passed away. Obviously, he amassed a wealth that could be that is unimaginable.
Hmm.
He passed away, and Mola Bapa Hazar Imam took over.
Hmm.
Now he thought that hang on. If one majlis can make such a big difference, why not add some more?
Hmm.
That was one question. If one could bring that much wealth, imagine how much wealth could four additional majlises make.
Hmm.
So that was one incentive, one chain of thoughts. But then there was one more thing going on in the background.
Hmm.
And again, we have to go back to Sultan Muhammad Shah.
Hmm.
Sultan Muhammad Shah, one of the things that he did, as I just said, he constitutionalized the community.
Mhm.
He organized the community.
Mhm.
He created institutions. And to run those institutions, he appointed leadership.
Mhm.
He created a hierarchy, a leadership hierarchy.
Mhm.
One leader on the bottom, one in the middle, one on the top.
Mhm.
Just like a commercial structure where you have your laborers, then you have your supervisor, then you have your manager, then you have the middle manager, and then you have the CEO.
Mhm.
Exactly the same structure he created. And that structure is still in practice today.
Mhm.
Now, this hierarchy that he created of leadership to keep them interested. Why would they work for Sultan Muhammad Shah?
Mhm.
Apart from those people who were religious, of course, they thought that serving the Imam, I'll go to heaven. But to be real, not many people are religious.
Mhm.
So, to create incentive for the leadership, he gave them titles, he gave them social status.
Mhm. Mhm.
Wazir, Ekmagi, and Rai and Methi and all that kind of stuff. Okay. So they, with the titles, they got a status,
Mhm.
they got social prestige,
Mhm.
they got to sit in the front row facing the Jamaat.
Mhm.
Recognize that, look, you are different to me, I'm an elite,
Mhm.
and you are not.
Mhm.
So Sultan Muhammad Shah divided the Jamaat in two parts.
Mhm.
One part was the elite, and the other part was the common man.
Mhm.
Now, that was the leadership.
Mhm.
Now, guess what? In the Jamaat, there were a lot of people who did not have the ability to be a leader,
Mhm.
but they were wealthy.
Mhm.
Let me repeat this. This is very critical for us to understand.
Mhm.
The leaders were sitting in the front row facing the Jamaat.
Mhm.
In the Jamaat, there were people who were aspiring to have some social status,
Okay.
but they were not leaders by nature.
Mhm.
They were wealthy, they had a lot of money,
Mhm.
but they did not have the leadership qualities. So
Mhm.
there was a niche market in the Jamaat,
Mhm.
which Mola Bapa, Karim Shah, Karim Al Husseini, Salwat Padwala Meria, he found that niche market,
Mhm.
that there is a lot of money here in
Mhm.
the Jamaat. Why don't I create more majlises,
Mhm.
but according to different levels, just like Sultan Muhammad Shah had done
Mhm.
for the for the for the commercial structure, the leadership hierarchy, lower manager, middle manager,
Mhm.
top manager. Okay,
Mhm.
exactly in the same way, Mola Bapa created four majalises
Mhm.
according to the wealth that people had in the Jamaat Khana.
Okay, so this all began with Shah Karim, not with Sultan Mahmud Shah.
I don't think so.
Okay,
It began with Shah Karim.
okay. His
Okay.
Harvard
Now,
education coming to play now.
yes. So now what has happened
Mhm.
is that he created four secretive majlises. Now, you might say, how is this four majlis is going to give social status to these commoners who are wealthy, but they
Mm-hmm.
are sitting in the common jamaat? How is that going to give social status? Because if you are a member of life dedication,
Mm-hmm.
which is the lowest of the secretive majlises, you have a certain status that, look, I am a member of life. But hang on, there is somebody above you.
Mm-hmm.
I can say, Shai, you are only a member of life. Guess what? I am the member of Fidai.
Mm-hmm.
My status is higher than yours.
Mm-hmm.
Then Inara will come. She will say, both of you get lost. Okay, I am
Mm-hmm.
a member of Nurani.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then Mr. Habib will come. He will say, all the three of you are nothing compared to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a member of one fourth.
Mm-hmm.
So, and each person will aspire to be the members of all the four majalises. So
Mm-hmm.
nobody can look down upon them.
Right.
And the game that Aga Khan played
Mm-hmm.
is you cannot be a member of Nurani without being a member of Life and Fidai.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to give me money for the first club first. Like if you say in a commercial market, if you want to go to an expensive club,
Mm-hmm.
you can go and become a member of that expensive club.
Yep.
You don't have to become a member of the lower club in your city.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but look at the greed, lust for money by Mola Bapa.
Yep.
You have to pay me first for the lower club,
Mm-hmm.
then the middle club, and then the higher club.
Mm-hmm.
And then in all those clubs, you have to pay me money for all the ongoing rituals that you will be repeating that you did in the first majlis, second majlis, third majlis, fourth majlis, and in the Jamaat Khana on a daily basis. Imagine how much wealth did Mola Papa create.
Oh,
Just imagine.
oh, unimaginable wealth.
Unimaginable one.
Mm-hmm.
Does this answer your question as to why it is a secretive majlis?
Yes. Yes. But is there anything that goes on in that midlist that is different or special, or is there anything different in the rituals or anything like that in the
From what I
farmans or?
understand, from what I understand,
Hmm.
the tasbihs are a little bit tweaked. Okay, the fundamental is still the same.
Okay.
Okay, you are my Mola and you save me and I'm the sinner.
Hmm.
But the way the tasbihs are structured are a little bit different.
Okay.
Then you have special farmans for special majlises. So, for example, a Fidai member will never know the farman given to a Nurani member.
Hmm. Okay.
And of course, the fees are higher in each majlis.
Oh, of course. Of course.
Okay.
Hmm.
There may be different procedures, I don't know, but these are the differences between the majalises.
Okay.
But fundamentally, as I said, it is all about getting you to come to these different majalises, make different types of payments, keep repeating them
Mm.
in all the majalises, and make Mola Bapa rich.
Mm.
That is the fundamental of all these majalises.
Okay. So let's say that if a war happens or whatever circumstances come up and he needs protection from his jamaat. So because you've paid all this money, does that mean that you don't have to go and protect him anymore? done your deeds in cash?
Yeah, it depends on which majlis you have joined. Now, this is all mumbo jumbo anyway. I
Mm,
mean, nobody is going to, if come tomorrow, there should be a battle,
mm,
a physical battle. Okay.
mm,
The first people to run is going to be the murids
mm,
because khojas by nature are cowardly.
mm.
They are not they are not brave people. Okay, they are not violent people.
Right.
They wouldn't know how to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they are ordinary people with families.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the thing you have to understand is that this is majalises are created for only one purpose, and that is commercial purpose.
Mm,
Okay, now coming to your question
mm,
as to if there should be a battle, then who fights and
mm,
how?
mhm,
Okay, the answer to that is that formally it is the member of the Fidai that will go to the battle.
mhm.
Okay, because Fidai is the soldier.
Okay.
Life dedication member is not a soldier.
Mm, okay.
Nurani is not a soldier. A
Mm,
ordinary Jamaat member is not a soldier. Fidai is.
okay.
Okay, so that person is required to go and defend Mola Bapa.
Okay.
But given the tradition of hiding all over the place, like
Mm-hmm.
like they're hiding from us right
Mm-hmm.
now.
Right.
Okay, and they're hiding from each other. Okay, Mola Bapa is hiding from the Jamaat
Mm-hmm.
right now. You tell me who is going to front up if there is a battle?
That's a good. That was my question. Like,
Who's going to front up?
I
Without a
don't think
battle,
so.
without a battle, he is hiding.
Mm-hmm. His council members, probably his marching band, his
Sorry, say again.
full, their his council members or his, uh, other association people maybe might be the ones to defend him, as they always do, especially the council people, right? I think those
See,
are the only people that would defend him in any way, shape, or form.
see, it's one thing to say I'm a leader, and
Hmm.
another thing to pick up a gun and go to the battle.
Hmm. But
How
isn't
many
it?
how
Sorry.
many leaders do you think will fight for Hazar Imam? The only people that may
Mm.
is non-Khoja Ismailis. That
And what
may.
motivation would they have to protect him?
Because they are original Ismailis and they belong to a geographical region in the world where battles are a commonplace. Conflict and war is a commonplace.
Hmm.
For example, Syria.
Hmm.
For example, Afghanistan.
Hmm.
Khojas are cowards.
Hmm.
They forget about battle. They cannot front up to a common man like Salim Lalani.
So
On
true.
this channel, they will not come.
So true.
If Salim Lalani goes to the Jamaat Khana to meet them
Mm.
in the car park, they run away.
Hmm. That's the
They just
perfect
run for
definition
their
of
life.
coward.
Huh?
That's the perfect definition of a coward.
Yes.
Hmm.
So uh, Khojas forget it. They will join the Fidai Majlis, no problem, as long as there is no battle.
Hmm.
They will want to die. They will want to die for the Imam,
Hmm.
but on one condition, that they should not be killed.
Yes.
That is the condition. That is the meaning of fidai
Mm-hmm.
to the Khoja Ismailis.
Mm-hmm.
That I will die for the Imam. I will join the fidai majlis. I'm so brave,
Mm-hmm.
but nobody should kill me. That is Khoja.
Yes.
The Ismailis in the mountains or in
Mm-hmm.
the geographical region, as I said, in
Mm-hmm.
the west of Asia, or the mountainous regions of Central Asia
Mm-hmm.
and that kind of area, that is a different ball game.
Mm-hmm.
They can do or die. They can die for the Imam.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but yeah, does that answer your question?
Yeah, and I just wanted to clarify. My understanding was that the reason that this Fidai Midlist was created was because there was no more requirement for him to be protected and things like that. So instead of putting forth your services, it's for now you're paying money instead to compensate that there's no issue going on that they need to battle or anything like that. Is that true?
Yes, in a way that is true.
Okay.
In a way that is true. That because you have given the money, you and there's no battle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you have given the money, you will get the sawab of having died for the Imam.
Right. Okay.
But but there's a but here.
Mm-hmm.
Historically, if you look at this question from the historical point of view,
Mm-hmm.
the Muris were required to go to the battle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like in Hassan Sabah's time.
Right.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Hassan Sabah made people die for him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he brainwashed them so much that they would jump off the cliff on his command.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so brainwashing can do that to you.
Yeah.
Okay, so whether there will be a battle, I think if there is a battle, there will be no battle, and I'll tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
If there is a battle, there will be no battle because everybody will run for cover.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like they are now.
Right.
See, I'll tell you, I'll give you an example.
Mm-hmm.
See, the battle with a sword, you are riding on a horse and waving a sword, that kind of battle is unlikely. That was in the past.
Mm-hmm.
The battle with a gun is an unlikely
Right.
because Khojas and Ismailis are secretive people. There's no battle such as that. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What can happen is they can be attacked
Mm-hmm.
physically.
Mm-hmm.
The Jamaat Khana can be attacked.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And they can be killed. Okay. That can happen. Okay. And if that happens, they are a sitting duck.
Mm-hmm.
They are sitting duck
Mm-hmm.
if that should happen.
Mm-hmm.
They will run for cover. They don't know how to fight and how to defend themselves physically.
Right.
Okay. This is Khojas.
Mm-hmm.
So, but there is another battle that is possible. In
Mm-hmm.
fact, that battle is going on right now. And that is this screen, the
Right.
TV screen that you are in front of.
Mm-hmm.
The battle, intellectual battle,
Mm-hmm.
where people like me on the internet are raising questions.
Mm-hmm.
People like me are attacking them on a moral ground,
Mm-hmm.
on a psychological ground.
Right.
And this is the battle. Right now, it is happening on your TV screen. This is the battle. And guess what? Where are they?
Where's the other side? Exactly. They haven't
There's
shown
no
up to
battle.
the party. No.
There's no battle. They are being attacked.
Mm-hmm.
They are being discredited on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
And what do? They run for cover. That's all they know.
Mm.
That's all they have done throughout the history.
Yeah.
Throughout the history, that is exactly what they've done. And the tradition goes on today. So
Mm-hmm.
your question, who's going to fight? Nobody is going to fight. They don't know how to fight.
Mm.
They only know one thing and one thing only, and that is called hiding.
Right. That's
Okay.
so true.
I have a question from Inara that I must take
Sure.
because time is running away.
Mm-hmm.
She says, why does AgaKhan and his children don't go to their own Jamaat Khana and control Muris from outside? Yeah, that's a very, that's a very good question. Why don't their children go to Jamaat Khana? Okay.
Do they pray at all? Period.
See, that is a question nobody can answer because prayers is something a person does in their own time and in their own place. And we don't have access to their place. So whether they prayed or not, we don't know.
Right.
Whether they go to mosque, they have not been seen in a mosque.
Right.
Okay. Do they pray in Jamaat Khana? They've not been seen in Jamaat Khana praying.
No,
But do they pray in the privacy of their home? We don't know. So
we
we
don't.
can't answer that question. But Inara's question is very valid. And I think exactly where she's coming from.
Mm-hmm.
The question is that if their children don't go to Jamaat Khana, then how come the Jamaat goes to Jamaat Khana? Are his children not his children? Like the Jamaat? Jamaat is the children, and so are his children. His children are his spiritual children also.
Right.
The question that Inara is raising is a fundamental question that if the Muris are the spiritual children, then aren't his own biological children his own spiritual children? And if so, why do they not go to Jamaat Khana and serve the Imam? What is the difference between them and the Jamaat?
Do we even know if they had a baya when they were born? Do we have any information about that?
No, they
No.
cannot be. They cannot be. See, they cannot be. We cannot have, we cannot be privy to that information. It's a secretive society.
Hmm.
Okay. They only release information that they think the murid should know.
Mm-hmm.
If any information is going to create conflict or confusion or is going to damage the system in any way, they will never release that information. That is how cults work. This is the trademark of a cult.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So, coming back to that question, are his biological children his spiritual children or not? And the question and the answer is that neither the biological nor the non biological children are his spiritual children. Biological children are just that, exactly that.
Mm-hmm.
Biological children, like all of us have.
Right.
Okay. And we love them, we care for them, that kind of stuff. His biological children have got nothing to do whatsoever with his role as an imam. His biological children has a lot of role to play, however,
Mm-hmm. They have served him quite a bit, no? Doing
in
his
this.
work.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Right.
That they have a big role to play in his business.
Yes.
business of spirituality and business of humanity.
Mhm.
These are the two businesses Aga Khan is involved in. And he's also involved in the business of chasing women. And
Yes.
his biological children are doing all the three. They have done all the three.
Mm.
They have chased women. They have just like the Aga Khan and Sultan Muhammad Shah and Ali Khan and all that.
Right.
They are running the business for him, the spiritual business. They are participating in the humanity business. That is their limitation. That's where they stop. Coming to Jamaat Khana, praying to Hazar Imam, praying to God is out of question because the reality is they have nothing to do with it.
Right.
There's no such thing. There's no such thing as a spiritual child. The spiritual children in the Jamaat Khana are not spiritual children, they are only idiots. Nothing more or nothing less than idiots because they cannot see what is sitting right in front of them.
Exactly. And this picture that Inara has on her page is perfect. What more evidence do you need? It's all right
Exactly
there.
right.
It's all right
Exactly right.
there.
The picture that we see, the Inara has put on the
Hmm.
screen, is good enough to wake you up.
Exactly. It
Good
should be
enough.
your wake up call.
It should be the wake up call. You don't need to listen to Salim Lalani's videos. But because we are so thick in the head,
Hmm.
and you need people like Salim Lalani to spell it out. And even then they will turn a blind eye. That is what indoctrination does to you. That
Hmm.
is what brainwashing does to you. And these people have been brainwashed very, very badly. I don't think there has been ever any brainwashing machine as lethal as the Aga Khan system. I don't think so. Not even Hitler.
Hmm.
He had a propaganda machinery in Nazi Germany. He brainwashed the whole country.
Right.
Okay, but that was only for a short period of time. This is in perpetual. It is going on for 150 years.
Hmm. I guess
Anyway,
that.
we'll talk about the propaganda machinery in some special episode as to how does the propaganda machinery work and why do I say that it is extremely lethal and because it is so lethal, it is very difficult for a murid to come out. It's
Hmm.
a prison. It's a prison, mental prison with iron-clad walls.
Hmm.
Okay, you cannot come out. It's very difficult. Only those people who receive the awareness. Okay,
Hmm.
very few people receive awareness, which I call is a divine gift to these people
Hmm.
who become aware. Okay, and they leave. They understand. I know one of my nephews. He was only 8 years, and
Hmm.
he knew,
Hmm.
and he told his parents that your Jamaat Khana is all a fraud.
Hmm.
Imagine an 8-year-old getting that awareness. Where did he
Hmm.
get it from? It
Hmm.
is divine intervention. And this is where one of the things I agree with the Quran. In in Quran it says that I give hidayah to only those people whom I choose.
Hmm.
So chosen people receive this awareness
Hmm.
and they leave.
Hmm.
Okay. So I hope I've answered Inara's question. So I think, guys, it's already time flies when you're having fun. It is
Absolutely.
already 35 minutes, and I think it is time to wrap up. But let's continue. I know, Shai, that you have many questions left in your list.
I have so many. We have enough content for at least a couple of years.
I think this is going to be an ongoing feature. So, actually, a thought just crossed my mind
Hmm.
that if Inara and Shai have questions, people listening to me, I'm sure they would have questions too. So, why don't you come along and ask the questions? If you don't want to ask questions by appearing on the channel, why don't you just go to the private chat, just like Inara has done, and put your questions there?
It's a
Uh,
great idea.
and yeah, just put your questions there, and I will endeavor to answer those questions as much as I can within the episode. So once again, thank you so much, Inara and Shai, for joining us, and I look forward to seeing you again. And to the rest of my audience, thank you for joining us. I really appreciate your support. Look after yourself. If you like our work, please subscribe, hit the like button and the bell icon so you get the notification. And please, please, please share the videos as much as possible to your friends and family and everybody that you know. If you cannot support in any other way, at least sh- help us with sharing the message. I'm sure you will and you have. So, once again, thank you so much. Look after yourself. I'll see you next week. Take care. Goodbye.